hello there friends, it's Emma here, the Bookish Princess. It's time for another installment in my Throwback travel series. Today we're off to England's Lake District. These vlogs are from a trip my cousin Becky and I took back in 2016. If you want to catch up on the earlier installments where we visited London and Windsor and Oxford, I'll make sure I leave those linked up above. Becky likes to read just as much as I do, and our literary excursions continued in the Lake District. We visited Beatrix Potter's Hilltop Farm and also Wordsworth's Dove Cottage. Of course, we went on some beautiful walks. We took a ferry across Lake Windermere. If you're ready for some more train journeys, for some more delicious British food, then keep watching.
We are now arriving at Birmingham New Street. Please take care when leaving the train. We hope you've enjoyed your journey.
It is. Interesting fact. Look at you. She knows that everything, Jared. This train technically goes to Glasgow, but we're not going all the way up there. We're going to Oxenholme, and then we're changing to Lake District. Come, sir. Our train is rushing through the British countryside. We're heading north to the Lake District. We're going to try to find the Buffy car. Here from the Buffy car, and a Mr. Kipling's Fondant Fancy. Becky is reading Neverwhere, which is set largely in London, right? So
a fictional London.
A fictional London. I have my writing supplies and postcards. And get started on this. Oh look, Super Voyager John Cabot. That was our train from Birmingham. Now we're gonna catch a train to Windermere. Welcome to the lakes, Oxenholme, Kendal, and Windermere. Although I have to say, it looks like that canoe is about to run into the ferry. But we're excited to go to the Lake District. Our train from Birmingham was running a little late, so now we have to wait an extra hour to get to Windermere. But that's okay, we weren't in any rush to get to Windermere. If this is the worst of our train days, then I can live with this. I always love British trains. I think it's just so fun to watch the countryside flying by and to hear the British voices overhead telling you all the towns that you're passing through. And yeah, the countryside, especially as we were pulling into Oxenholme, is really beautiful with rolling hills and sheep and very pastoral. I don't know, I think we might wait and get dinner once we arrive in Windermere. But luckily we have plenty of British treats still to nosh on in the meantime. Beetroot? Yeah, it's beetroot juice. Apple, carrot, beetroot, and a little ginger. Cold pressed fruit and veggies and nothing else. Beautiful. Yes, I was just telling Becky I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this. I do like beets a lot, and I don't dislike it. I'm just not sure I love it. It's sort of unexpectedly vegetable-y, if that makes any sense. Maybe it's the carrot. I feel like I can taste the carrot, actually. But the beet is rather nice. It's very unique. Pratt always has the coolest stuff. Whoa! Look, it's the Royal Mail. So cool. That's how they deliver the mail. Like the Postman Pat. Did you ever read those Postman Pat books? He didn't drive a train. He drove a little red truck around to the villages to deliver the mail. But that was the train that probably is going to carry my postcards back to the United States. Not all the way, but part of the way. As we have some time, we're going to go have a look on the other side of the platform, mostly to see if they sell postage stamps, because I wrote all my postcards on the train, but I don't have enough stamps. Trains to the south. I feel like you see signs like that a lot in England and Ireland, like just like an arrow on a road sign that just says south or north. Everything that's west this way, and like it's in the States, like there's too much west and too much north to ever just sum it up as one directional word. Their little caffeine rush truck doesn't seem to be open. That's just tickets. I was hoping they might have like one of those, you know, machines in the wall where you can get postage stamps. I don't see any stamps. I might have to wait for Windermere. Oh, look at that view though. Off in the distance, we're gonna climb some hills. If not tonight, then tomorrow. The sheep look like the kind that, like, you know, are supposed to jump over a gate that you're supposed to count when you're trying to go to sleep. I'm not trying to go to sleep though, so I'm not gonna count them. Look at this lovely little green waiting area just off the platform. Fun fact, Beatrix Potter was a sheep farmer, so I'm sure we will be seeing plenty more sheep as we head out to Windermere. There's a little garden over this way. That's fun. Guys, look at those hills. Say hello.
Hello.
We made it under the train to Windermere, so we will be there very shortly. Oh, look, there's sheep. Outside your window, left there are going to be lots of sheep. This is really beautiful. I mean, those are houses, but which are okay, I guess. But in a minute, maybe. I mean, a minute ago, it was beautiful. This is the view from our hotel. Look at those mountains over there. It's even prettier from our room. And I like this garden path with all the flowers. Little garden. We're at the Archway Guest House tonight in Windermere. Windermere? Is it Windermere or Windermere? I don't know how to pronounce anything in this country. Smith. It's Smith. Guys, I've spotted a post box. This is good because we have some postcards to send. We've also just been engaged in debate about what is an Applethwaite. I know.
Because it rhymes.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's your turn.
I make a rhyme all the time.
Good job! If you know what an Applethwaite is, post in the comments. It sounds charming. Also, if I'm saying it wrong, you can post in the comments if you say it nicely. I think we're gonna stop at a chippy, guys, because that seems like a thing you should do in England, and we haven't yet. Also, if Athos would hear, he would totally want us to stop at a chippy because Yorkshire fish and chips at Epcot is his favorite thing ever. And I know we're not in Yorkshire, but Lake District fish and chips is going to be delicious too. Thanks, Todd. The chips are great.
No problem.
Oh my. Becky had a 7-up. I'm sorry, they didn't have Mountain Dew. So we found this lovely park just off the main road to sit in and eat our chips that we bought at the chippy. Fish, singular, and chips, plural. Yum, that is a very large piece of fish. Becky got a burger and chips. Also, on the menu, 2 people while we were there, I couldn't understand what they said, but then when they got their meal, I realized what it was. They had ordered a chip bun, which was literally a hamburger bun and a side of chips, or with chips on top of it.
How do you eat that?
Straight up. Bread and potatoes. Sounds amazing. You guys, this bush is just the most beautiful thing. It just keeps going and going and going too. It's like an explosion of pink. It's wonderful. Really all the flowers. We've seen so many beautiful flowers this trip. Like, I feel like this has been a wonderful time to come because everything is just gorgeous. Oxford was beautiful. Windsor was beautiful.
Sun everywhere.
Yes, we've had lovely weather too, which, as I say that, there are a couple drops falling. So hopefully, I know there is some rain in the forecast, but hopefully it'll kind of hold off. Although we are doing some inside things, but we also want to obviously go out walking because this is the Lake District, so you have to be outdoors. Breathing in the fresh, I was going to say alpine air, it's not alpine air.
Hilly air.
Hilly Lake District-y air and Cumbrian air, right?
Yes,
I think we're in Cumbria. There we go.
So.
Yes. So this is the breakfast room. at the Archway Guest House. Here's Becky. I like your scarf.
Thank you.
Look at the little sheep. This looks very nice. Here's the sort of buffet. Oh, the fruit all looks nice. Homemade yogurt. She said she makes the muesli herself. All English. You're just smiling. Bonus promenade and steamers. This way. All the markings on British roads are so, well, I mean, that's pretty clear. They're us telling you to keep clear, but they're all very mysterious to me. And next week, I'm going to be in Ireland with my brother, and I'm going to be driving, and I'm a little alarmed. Becky has already been driving in Ireland, that one. A little bit, yeah. Says it was okay, so that's good. It's fun to be walking down these streets because just like a few months ago, I was street viewing them and like, well, how are we going to get to the ferry? Can we walk? And now we're walking down them in actual life. Look, this is an actual leaf. What did that notice say that you were enjoying?
It said, polite notice. These car parking spaces are for customers only.
And then next to it was an impolite notice that says, don't park here. No, there wasn't. Are you crazy? Get away, go away. That's all it said. Here's the lake. Lake Windermere. Do you want a rowboat or a speedboat on Lake Windermere? You can do the row. No, we're just gonna take the ferry. In 50 yards, there's no more road. So don't keep driving. Here comes the ferry. The passenger part of the ferry. There's the car part. Place viewing station and courtyard. That's cool. Look at that view, you guys. Look at those hills. What'd you say those flowers are called? Foxglove. Oh, right. There's a book that, have you ever read Down the Garden Path by Beverly Nichols?
No.
He talks about growing foxglove in a garden and how you should actually protect it from the rain with an umbrella. And he was saying that some people think that's ridiculous, but you know, he would. Right, yeah, but he was saying, you know, he would always lend his umbrella to a lady, so why shouldn't he lend it to a foxglove? This is like what the Tilneys and Catherine Morland were talking about. Why is this picturesque? Here are all the reasons. Please close the gate. But first we have to open the gate. How charming is this little house? Near sorry. That doesn't mean we're near our destination because there's also a far sorry. Is there an actual sorry? We are nearing Hilltop, however. It is rather a long walk and the signs are very confusing because like it's not as straight a shot as the road basically, and the road, as you can see, is quite narrow, so it's not really ideal for walking, let alone driving. Little sheep. They're baaing. It sounds like they're complaining. Bah. This is the car park. It is quite small. I read online that if you want to drive, you have to get here early because the car park fills up fast. And I can see how.
It is almost full, and it's only just about 11.
Not quite 11, yes. Luckily our tickets are not for too late. They're 11:30 and it's 10 to 11 now, so that's not too bad. And you can explore the gardens before your timed entry, so that is what we'll do. And we can look over the guidebook. Yes, I bought this souvenir. These charming houses. I'm sorry, these guys. all the different characters. Frog.
I haven't got him anything.
Let's see. Like this one. It's Jemima Petal Dog. She's cute. Her little shawl. Oh, they have the mice. They're so lovely. It smells so beautiful right now. Like it just smells like the loveliest perfume you can imagine. Walking up to Hilltop. Some of Beatrix Potter's sheep on the hillside. I have a new friend. I like this. I wonder whether I shall do any sketching or waste all my time gardening. Her garden is certainly wonderful. About it. It is a pretty old place, and I have taken much pleasure in collecting such oddments, hoping that someday the National Trust might care to preserve it, along with my land. Oh, look, they've got the books in over here in the corner. I like how her coat is on the chair, as if she just got up and walked out. Her sheep did well this summer. Some pictures of her with her sheep. Oh, she could look out over her flowers. She was so cute. That's beautiful. Oh, look at these. Hunker munkers, isn't that having your feast? All her letters in the little knot holes. This is her bedroom. I like her quilt and how charming it is. The wallpaper too is so pretty. Let the wealthy and great roll in splendor and hate. I envy them not, I declare it. I eat my own lamb, my own chickens and ham. I shear my own fleece and I wear it. I think this connects through the farmyard because Beatrix Potter was always going over to the farm to check up on things. There's the kitchen. She's got a little cookery book. Oh, some pots and seed packets. I love how she had these two long paths running up to the house. It must have been such a fun garden to work in. And she did all this almost all herself. When she moved in here, they didn't have much of a garden. This is such a lovely area. So that's where you enter Hilltop. You get your tickets just down around the corner there at a little lodge next to the parking. We are waiting for the mountain goat. I'm glad we walked here. It was a beautiful walk, but I'm also glad we don't have to be walking back. We're going to take the nice ferry back to Bonus. It's my bunny. Like a little apron. Don't judge me. Okay. She's going on my shelf. Becky got Jemima duck, so I like her. Jemima Petal, I like her little shawl and her bonnet. Oh my goodness. This is the ferry we're taking back. So this is the Cross Lakes Experience ferry. The other was just the car ferry. The other was 50 pence. This is £2.90. Look, there's some little ducklings seeing us all. Gosh, those mountains are so lovely. Yes, so this ferry is taking us back to Bonus on the Windermere. The other one goes to Ferry Nav. I'm pretty sure. It was an interesting name like that. boat. Masquerade. So we just enjoyed our cruise above the Muriel too. I think we're gonna look at some of the shops in Bonus and find something for lunch. They have lots of exotic restaurants. Here's a bodega bar and tapas. They have all sorts of different Italian. We stopped in a Costa Coffee for lunch. They have toasties and all these lovely things. I got a double chocolate chip cookie mocha. It's delicious. Millionaire bar. It's my toasty sandwich. We're stopping to look at postcards. No one is surprised. Oh, look, we've got a little fairy on that one. This Cumbria magazine with a new face of farming and a sheep on the front. There are plenty of sheep. There are all sorts of ferries here, coming in and out. We took our ferry already. Now we're going to take a bus to Grasmere to get to Wordsworth's house.
How long did it get off this station?
We got Brian on the bus to Grasmere. I think I read this is a really beautiful route too. Yeah. So. Half of the time it feels like we're about to run over someone, like a car or a pedestrian.
Or a building.
Or a building. We are now in the village of Rydell, and we're walking to Dove Cottage. Although first we're going to pass Rydell Mount, which apparently William Wordsworth and his sister Dorothy stayed here for a little while. Dorothy, have you ever read anything by Dorothy? It sounds like she's pretty cool too, just from like letters and papers that they have of hers. I'd like to read her stuff someday. Ooh, look. Welcome to Rydell Hall. The estate is open daily and free to explore. So there's the manor house up there. Looks rather grand. And Wordsworth stayed here. So here is Rydell Mount, which was one historic home of Wordsworth, although Dove Cottage, which we're also going to, was also his home. Yeah, let's look in the garden. I think online it said that this house is still owned by Wordsworth's descendants. Here's another view of Rydell Mount, looking very beautiful against the hills. I was just saying to Becky that I feel like this is one of those places that I've seen photos of on Pinterest and then pinned to my board of places I want to go someday. So it's pretty cool to be standing next to Wordsworth's house. I guess he lived in this one from 1813 until the end of his life. So for quite a long time, because after he got married, he wanted a larger house. But Dove Cottage is where he lived with his sister for about 10 years. And it said on the website they lived there with plain living and high thinking
Oh my.
at Dove Cottage. So we're going to check that one out. Every few steps bring you to like some new amazing vista. Look at that. That's not Lake Windermere, that's a different lake now. We are, after all, in the Lake District. There are multiple. See, once again, wow. Gate number 3 on this walk. I like how all the hikers that we've passed have been so
really
legit
serious.
and like in exercise clothes, like with their walking sticks and like water bottles. I'm like, guys, I have a bunny in my purse.
Don't worry, we'll make it. It'll be fine.
And you have a duck in yours. We'll still make it. We'll be okay. Guys, look at this. At first we thought it was its own tree that just grew over the side, which maybe it is, but now I'm wondering if maybe it's an offshoot from that tree. Yeah. Well,
No, because it has branches. It's not a root.
oh.
It might be a branch of the
But
tree.
oh look,
yeah.
no, that other stick. That one is a root. But this, I guess, is just its own free-minded individual. Gate number 4. No, 6, 5. I think there are a couple I didn't film.
5.
Look at our location right now, guys. We're just in the middle of green. It's not a bad place to be. Wow, these routes made very convenient steps. Although it's also sort of riddled with potentials to trip, but also a step, you know. Becky's like, oh, there's a car coming. And I was like, you're lying. You're lying.
I was trying to save your life.
Yeah, you did. Thank you. Wow. How far is he gonna get? Like
It goes to that house.
oh,
I think this is
you're
the driveway
right.
for that
Oh,
house.
okay. I was gonna say, like some of those like tree roots, like there is no way he's getting up those.
No, I'm confused.
Well, this walk from Rydell Church to Dove Cottage has been absolutely gorgeous and pretty quiet. Not very many fellow people, and much better. The walk to Hilltop was lovely, but it was a little confusing because like it was quite different from the road, and yet you could see the road the whole time. So it was like, when am I going to meet up? And then at one point we just ended up in the street and it's very narrow. Whereas this, there were no cars, old stone walls, crazy, amazing trees. And now I think we're almost here. Look at all of these pots hanging on the outside. That's so cool. Yes, these graphite stones give the cottage quite give the area a very distinctive look. We've made it to Dove Cottage. This is Wordsworth's house. Time Daffodils was published, it was only 2 stanzas, and then later it's 4, and apparently Wordsworth would do this a lot. His family called it tinkering. Every time he republished a poem, he would try to make it better. Oh wow!
It's very difficult.
You can try your hand.
Yeah.
Entrance to Dove Cottage. So that's Dorothy Wordsworth, and this was her bedroom, and this is a his and hers washstand that Mary used.
And this one, right here, he was in his 30s and he lived in Dove Cottage. And it was done by a London Society artist. And this one was actually William's least.
Wow, look at all the thread. Oh, did she have it Oh, her name is on all the thread. I was wondering what that was. There's their tea caddy, which would get locked up. I like how, were these his spectacles? Wow. They were telling us that the Wordsworths would use their tea leaves, dry them, use them again, dry them, and then send them to a friend. Which I like to reuse tea bowls too, and everyone gives me a hard time, so I'm glad the Wordsworths did it.
Yeah.
This was the children's room. I guess these aren't the original newspapers, but Dorothy did like cover the wall with newspapers. She thought it'd be good for insulation. That's so cool. So that's his password. And all the descriptions of him that were written on the back. Here, I'm gonna switch places with you. So yeah, these were all the stamps of places he went. And this over here was his traveling case. He started writing his name on it and then ran out of room for the H. I love that. I've done that like a million times. Those were his skates. Apparently he was an excellent skater and could carve his name in the ice. We're heading up to a gazebo at the top of the Wordsworths' garden. Don't you wish the Wordsworths were still here? Wouldn't it be cool if Dorothy was waiting up here in this gazebo to have a chat with us? Wow, look at that view. When the Wordsworths lived here, apparently it was originally a pub. And when they bought it, they were the first people to, live in it as a residential place. And when they lived here, none of those buildings in front of the cottage would have been built yet, and so they would have had a view straight out to the lake. So cool. The gift shop did have a book of Dorothy Wordsworth extracts from her journals, so I can't wait to read that. Oh my gosh. I thought that was such an interesting tour though. At some of the houses we've been in, they don't actually give you a tour. Like you couldn't just buy the guidebook and read it or read the plaques and things, but there were so many interesting things that, I don't know, just made them sort of come alive. A gorgeous view from the top of their garden. It must have been even more beautiful when it looked straight out on the lake. So Dove Cottage opened as a museum in 1890, and here are various views of what it has looked like throughout the ages. Oh, look at this. All the famous people. Ian Forster, Woodrow Wilson, Daphne du Maurier, Seamus Heaney, Virginia Woolf, who have been here and signed the guest book. That's so cool. Feel free to wander lonely or as a crowd. This is Grasmere, which doesn't have very many shops. I think we might take the bus back to Ambleside or bonus to grab some dinner. Are we gonna have to dodge?
It does say beware of overhanging trees.
Oh my god. No, yeah, I think it was like that. We got out of the bus at Ambleside to have a look around. We're going into the old Bridge House fudge shop.
Right, go and say bye to Estelle.
This is a cool map. So we started out in Windermere, went down to Bonus on Windermere, took the ferry, went to Hilltop, then came back and took the bus up through Ambleside and Rydell Hall to Grasmere. Pub dinner here. I have chicken and mushroom. Becky's got pale ale steak. Yum. So we're staying at the Archway Guest House. We go up this little garden path to get in. Becky is just unlocking the door for us. I like how it has a little key cover. So we're staying in the Windermere room. I like how they have the breakfast menus for you and you choose your selections and then take them downstairs. I got a piece of cake because she offered it to us, and I'm never gonna say no to cake. Oh, look, they're playing. I'm not sure what that is out there on the field. We have a cricket, maybe.
No.
I didn't want to just assume it was cricket, but because we're in England, but it might be cricket.
I think it is cricket. No, it's not. It's baseball.
Baseball. What is
Are they
this?
playing baseball?
It looks kind of like it,
Maybe
actually.
we should go play baseball.
Oh, look, they have a.
No, wait.
Guide
There's a British game called Rounders that's similar to baseball.
So maybe it's not baseball.
Because I was just reading a Fiji Woodhouse book where one of the characters is like an American in England and he's homesick for baseball and he's like explaining it to the butler because the butler's trying to get him to go watch cricket. So he's explaining baseball and the butler's like, that sounds like a children's game called Rounders.
Only the kids bothered to play it in England. Yeah, so here's the rest of the room. There's a nice little TV. I like this little corner here. It's kind of messy with all my stuff at the moment. And these two chairs are so cute by the window. Here's the bathroom. Very elegant. Kind of contemporary. Towel warmer over there. Yes, we've definitely been enjoying our stay. I like the breakfast. It's delicious, and the owners are very friendly and nice, and yeah, cake. Look at that picture. That's hilarious. Keswick and Kendall are in opposite directions. We're just looking for the Orist Head Walk. On this rainy morning, we're not going to let the rain deter us. We're going to go for a walk and then look around the shops. And then Becky is off back to the States. I'm going up to Edinburgh for a day. And then I'm meeting my brother in Ireland. Becky already did Ireland with her brother. We saved Ireland for the brothers. Oh, look at how pretty that is. Footpath to Orist Head. I don't think we're going to get the unrivaled views. But that's okay. Yesterday was so gorgeous. We got plenty of gorgeous views then. And we don't have a lot of time before the train anyway. But we thought we would do some exploring. Sheep Gate. We've passed lots of sheep gates. What? Yes, sheep gates of various varieties. The door to our hotel room was a little bit difficult to get in, so we joked that that was also a sheep gate. So you can only go through one at a time, which is so the sheep can't get out. Probably this way?
It's bigger.
The end is in sight. So here's the top of Orist Head. That is still a very beautiful view. In spite of the mist, you can kind of see the fells peeking out. Lake Windermere is out there, covered in mist, and the fells beyond it. The sheep must be very wet, although maybe they don't mind the wet.
They're rolling.
Yeah, it would keep the water, so they wouldn't be too bothered. This is what we would be able to see on an ordinary day, which you can kind of see Windermere. Oh, look, there's a boat. It's like you can tell it's Windermere because there are streaks in the water. I don't know if it's showing up here. I like the names. Rhinos Pass, Pike Oblisco, Blackfell, Langdale, Grasmere, that's where we were yesterday. Quite suddenly we emerged from the shadows of the trees and were on a bare headland, and as though a curtain had dramatically been torn aside, beheld a truly magnificent view. This was truth. God was in heaven that day, and I a humble worshipper. And that's by Alfred Wainwright, his description of his first view of the Lakeland Mountains. From Ex-Fell Wanderer. We've been fell wanderers yesterday and today in all types of weather. I don't know if there's rain on it. I know there has been in some of these shots. Yes, we're getting a little bit. Heading back down. We made it back down from Orist Head. This shop across the road is offering gorge scrambling, which sounds pretty fantastic. Becky is leaving us now, guys. She's heading home. Yes, I hope you have a good train. You'll be over there, so I can wave to you. There's Becky. She's waving. We're going to Edinburgh. Look at all these departures.
Welcome on board, Becky. Calling at Carlisle, Haymarket.
Jelly bean case. That's kind of cool to use to look at Google Maps while we're on the train so we can see where we are. We just passed Carlisle, so we're out of the Lake District, out of Cumbria. There's Northumberland National Park, and we're heading up to Edinburgh.
Platform 2. Passengers heading up to Dunblane, including Edinburgh Park, Linlithgow, Polmont, Falkirk, Graveston, Camelin, Larbert, Stirling, Bridge of Allen and Dunblane. Your train will be the 1438 Dunblane service, platform 2. Finally, for passengers heading towards Perth, we've got the Perth via Kirkcaldy service calling at Inverkeith.